Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you your daily Tesla report for Monday, April 3rd, 2023. Before we walk through all the charts today, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. It does help us out a great deal in being found on YouTube. Also, subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. You'll be provided notification each and every time new content has been uploaded to our Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. That includes the daily Tesla and the daily Apple report and the occasional stock pick. Last week, it was in AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. We also do two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube at wickedstocks.com. Last week it was General Motors and Intel. We'll have two more this week. We also do daily triple Q, daily SPY analysis that you never see here, and S&P 500, NASDAQ 100 index, and long bond ETF in the TLT. All a longer term analysis in those three, all for a package price of $47 a month. We also offer a 5-day money back guarantee. So if you you go through the payment gateway and you check everything out for a few days and you don't like it, just let us know, shoot us an email, and we will refund your money in full, no questions asked. So let's take a look at the charts. This is just a reminder. I like to start with the big picture. It's always the longer term trends that I kind of call the undercurrent of the market, and the longer term trends have been bullish. We've been in a buy signal mode for several months now. I can walk you through that. We came off of long-term support in early January. This base of channel, this band of channel support now between 62.98 and 74.68. We are anticipating 232.31. That became a 2 to 3 month objective when we settled about 2.5 months ago above this band of channel now support. It was resistance on the way back up. We were considering the possibility, if you recall, of topping out in this band of channel resistance and falling back to this channel support within several months of doing so. But a positive earnings report pushed this market higher. We closed above this band of support. And for the last 2.5 months, we've been anticipating the 232.31 long-term channel top as a 2 to 3 month objective. And we may actually reach that. We've got a couple weeks left on that signal. It doesn't really matter if it's 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. It remains an objective. I can get hung up on the timing of this. I can walk you through kind of the sequence of events since that buy signal. We did actually have a near-term sell signal in the midst of that longer-term buy signal back in early March when we closed below this channel bottom that is presently at 212.43. That set off a 2 to 3 week sell signal to a speed line that is presently at 183.34 and rising. This 183.34 to the far right is our base of midterm support, able, if tested over the next week or so, to contain selling through April, and above which that 232.31 long-term target I just mentioned remains a 3 to 5 week objective. We may get there sooner. Now we can jump to the day itself, and we can start right here with this chart, 212.43. I've reduced that to an intraday resistance level only because of the overall bullish dynamic of this market. Now, it may well, I had it as a two-star resistance. It may well contain buying for the day, possibly into midweek, but I'm actually more or less deferring, not less, I am deferring to this rising channel top that is more newly formed. It comes off of that March low, 216.31 and rising daily. That is our two-star resistance. In other words, were we to test 216.31 today, it could perhaps contain buying into the middle to later part of the week. And from there, we could fall off again. This formation, 216.31, is, by the way, later in the week. I think it's Thursday, converging entirely with that long-term 3/8 upside Fibonacci that we came close to testing in February. That February high was almost hit the 1% mark. 221 and a quarter, 3/8 Fibonacci. You can see here that I have that reduced to an intraday resistance level only. So it really is 216.31 that I consider to be our pivot point into later week. We may well test it today, and I would expect as much if we push through this 212.43 former channel top. Now, 212.43 is still a respectable resistance, very well suited for aggressive day traders, and we could fall off of here for the day itself, but pushing or opening today above 212.43, 216.31 in reach. That is this rising channel top, about 3 weeks now in the making, able to contain buying into later week. And that is I would call this kind of a 3 to 5 day swing trade opportunity, selling or taking profits at 216.31. You may be long from last week. We actually had a near-term buy signal when we closed. Well, that was actually not a settlement. I take that back. last Thursday, we did not close above this channel top, but we clearly opened above it on Friday, and that was our next sort of sign of strength. Then anticipating 212.43, but I'm kind of changing my mind on 212.43. It's still obviously an objective, but I think we just need to give this market breathing room in anticipation, actually, of 216.31. Not a big difference, really. So if we push through 212.43 today, and we may, the 216.31 formation is likely intraday where we could top out into later week. And if you're long now, this and you're kind of a short-term trader where you do the 3 to 5 day swing trade, for instance, this could be your profit-taking area and your short-setting zone. And from here, we could fall back into the 190s, for instance, within several days. Now, the support area will be sort of a dynamic approach. In other words, I can explain it now. If we test the 216.31 channel top and it holds, the trend line that comes off these lows that it's based upon becomes more meaningful as a new channel bottom, and that'll be in the upper 190s. But right now, it's a mere trend line, and I'm not big on mere trend lines in and of themselves. I prefer channels and speed lines and such, as you're well aware.
Hi, if you enjoy watching our daily Tesla report, you'll love our daily Triple Q and SPY reports. They're presented in the same 5 to 10 minute video format. Our daily SPY and Triple Q analysis provides directional market signals that are correlated with highly specific price support and resistance levels. Whether your trading time horizon is short or longer term, we promise you a distinctive edge in your trading of the SPY and Triple Q. We offer a 5-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So go to wickedstocks.com right now and start receiving your daily SPY and daily Triple Q reports today.
Now, if we do close today, well, let's talk about pushing through 216.31, 221 and a quarter in reach. You can see that as an intraday resistance. And if we close today above 216.31, you can see how we're just 3 to 5 days away, actually. We may this week, if we close today above 216.31, in fact, I would assume as much. If we close today above 216.31, this longer term objective that's been in play for the last two and a half months would likely be realized by Friday's close. 232.31 can contain buying into possibly through the third quarter, and from here we could fall off in a meaningful way in the weeks and months to follow. And if we were to close the week above 232.31, we've got a long-term sign of strength, a good low for the year, I think. And I don't have our exact targets mapped out yet, but I will get busy on that if we approach this area anytime soon. And that may well be this week once again if we close today once again above 216.31. Now, downside today, I showed you how 212.43 is our intraday resistance. Our intraday support is not labeled, but it is this high here from about a week and a half ago. That spike high, we closed negative on the day. It can contain intraday selling. If we break 200.6x today, 200.66, then the 193.78 channel top in reach, where we could actually place a daily low, maybe come off of here into the middle to the later part of the week. If we close below 193.78, we should tomorrow test the 183.34 rising speed line, which can absorb selling, as I say, through April, and above which bullish momentum remains intact through April, anticipating 232.31 by the end of April, above 183.34, anticipating 232.31 by the end of April, holding above that speed line that is presently at 183.34. Last thing I'll say is if over the next 3 to 5 days we fall off and close below 183.34, we have a good April high. We should then see this market deteriorate back into the mid 140s within probably 2 to 3 weeks. 146.06, still a longer term, well, mid-term 5/8 downside Fibonacci from the January low to the February high. And it also still coincides with this band of longer term channel support presently between 144.16 and 152.56. So once again, if we close any day this week below this channel, the speed line, that would be your liquidating long indication. So if you bought 220 or 230 out of the money calls in recent weeks, and that would have been the play as we were testing the speed line in anticipation of the 232.31 objective. If we close below 184.34, I would recommend liquidating that out of the money call and reaching for instance, 145 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a month. You may go a couple of months out on that. But until then, hang tight. because those 220 calls, those 230 calls you may have bought over the last few weeks, they will continue growing in value, especially if they have at least several months time left. If you bought them with just a few weeks to go, well, we're now in the decay curve, and that could be a different story altogether. So I don't think there's really much else to say beyond what I have said. I'm trying to think if there's any stone unturned, and I don't think so. I'll leave you with this image. This is a sort of the 2 to 3 week dynamic right now at 216.31 in reach, perhaps today, able to contain buying into later week, and if settled above, should then yield that 232.31 target within 3 to 5 days. Please click like and subscribe and check out wickedstocks.com. You won't regret it. I'll talk to you soon.